Hello everybody and welcome to, of course, a different sort of background here today, and a real one of that note. No fake here on this particular programme, unless we are concentrating on the football here. So yeah, of course, I'd just like to say hello to everyone here. It is the shades behind the voice. So yeah, absolutely brilliant here. There you go. Unidentified. So there you go. Of course, it is the face behind the voice here, and welcome in if you are just joining us absolutely anywhere here. I do have my drinks with me, just in case you're wondering here, and I've just got to be very careful because I was originally on the seat behind me here, but of course there was a druggie literally behind me, and he was asking me questions, being a little bit weird with me. So of course it would have been on that bench, just literally just behind me there. That's where the taxis normally park there. So of course, yeah, I do have an issue with my iPhone mini 12. Of course, one of the bit of the lens has actually cracked, unfortunately, but of course I probably need to get a new one at some point. I think that guy's gone now. Seems to be. Or is he still there? But yeah, he's moved on somewhere. It's all gone quiet now, thank goodness for that. So yeah, of course I'll be only here for about an hour or so, so please do spread the word about, of course, what we do here on the channel here. I will do a bit of word for today, as it is very quiet. You can hear the birds singing away. It feels like it's going to do something in terms of weather-wise, but of course you just don't know what it's going to do here. And of course, yeah, it's sort of borderline weather here, and it looks like Pound Stretcher in front of me, which is where I am right now, is actually open, but of course I don't think it is. It's just been closed and the lights are still on, but of course that means somebody is there. So yeah, they probably closed it. It usually closes about 6 anyway. So yeah, just to hit the scene of where I am now just very quickly, if I can actually, I'm just giving myself a love heart here. So yeah, you can see it's Pound Stretcher just by me waving the camera around. Just up here, I don't know if I can zoom in here. There you go, you can see there is a Haverhill webcam here, just in case, of course, anything does happen, but we're not allowed to see that. We're not allowed to see it like it is in Great Yarmouth, but of course you can see my own webcam here, just in case it does actually, of course, happen with any, of course, crime. But of course, what crime is caught on TV these days? Coffee, who's just joined us here. Thank you very much indeed for your follow as well. We just spotted you by chance here, so of course, where are you based? Do let me know in the comments, or just let me know via a inbox, please. That would be great. So thank you very much indeed for stopping by here. I'll start again. I'd like to say a big hello to Sarah's Tea Rooms in Great Yarmouth, and of course thank you very much for their follow recently. And of course, yeah, please do spread the word here. I'll be here for about an hour or so. I'll do the word for today, and I've got of course 2 copies of this here. So yeah, I'm going to read something really interesting if I can. So of course, if you're watching on replay, we do appreciate it, as you well know. Please do spread the word about the channel here. I'm going to share this to as many people as possible here, and of course, yeah, especially to those newcomers out there. Matty Pez, I haven't seen him in the chat for a long time, but yeah, hello to everyone here, wherever you are watching. If you're watching on replay, we, of course, appreciate that. I will set the scene and move the camera around so you can see exactly where I am, like I do on each lives here. And I do apologise if the signal is a bit sort of on the funny side, and it can be a little bit on the funny side depending on where you are. Luckily, of course, I've been in a location where, of course, I haven't had to worry about too much rain, and that is quite good. It is the sort of time of year for rain. It has been drizzly here in Haverhill, so just bear that in mind. Hello to Anne-Marie Cook. Thank you very much for the love heart. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. And of course, yes, unfortunately I had to deal with getting rid of what felt like to be a druggie. I don't know who the guy was. He looked a bit weird, and he asked me if I had a phone. Well, I said I had no credit, so that's the best way to get rid of it here. Thank you very much for the gift there. Really, really do appreciate that. So, yeah, whoever spots me along the way, I could be in a different sort of location or the same location, like East Ham Park or somewhere which is quite easy to do a live stream. But saying that, East Ham Park is not very good for signal. I can tell you that. I don't know what is behind that. I think it's something to do with the buildings. I don't know, but it seems to be better here so far. So yeah, Cambridge seems to be okay. In places in Great Yarmouth can be a little bit dodgy as well. So, you know, you have to go to a place where it's actually a good signal. So, of course, let's have a look at the word for today. Okay. Let's, of course, do something very, very interesting here. So start your day with God here, and of course my voice shall hear in the morning. Sorry, my voice you shall hear in the morning, O Lord. So how should you start your day with God, you might ask yourself. If you're not a morning person, don't put pressure on yourself to have an extended time of reading scripture and praying first thing in the morning. Frank Lubac, a modern-day master of practicing the presence of God, said, if you are weary of some sleepy form of devotion, probably God is weary of it as you are. Instead of forcing yourself in the morning to try and arrange as early as you can after you wake up, to just have a few minutes alone with God, which is quite precious, obviously. Do 3 things. First, you might want to do this. Acknowledge your dependence on God. Second, tell him about your concerns for the day. Third, invite God to spend the day with you, or the day with you. So, of course, third is invite God to spend the day with you. And the psalmist writes, my voice you shall hear me in the morning, O Lord. I will direct it to you, and I will look up. And then he added, I rise before the dawning of the morning and cry for help. I hope in your word. And that comes from Psalm 119, chapter 147 and KJV. How can you start the day with God? Well, of course, I don't attempt to do a lot of new or heroic things. Heroic, I think is the right word there. And just do things you normally do. Only do them with God. In our culture today, we often talk about embracing the moment and seizing the day. But we are not meant to embrace moments. We are meant to embrace God. Moments are not always good. God is never anything but good. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Remind yourself today that God is with you and that he will be good to you and for you. And that's the, of course, end of the first bit of the word for today. So, massive hello to anyone tuned in right this minute here. Red Hot Ronnie. You don't believe in any gods, of course, that is your choice. That is your choice, okay? But, of course, you might be just intrigued by what I have been saying here. Of course, passing the message out to even those atheists out there that don't even understand it. I think a lot of people don't understand it. There is something out there, but what is it? That is the question that you might even ask yourself there. It's not even your choice. But thank you very much for your comment. I really appreciate that. It's nice to hear from different people. Don't worry, of course. they're not after me, and it's not London's Burning. I've been watching London's Burning recently, and you know what, of course, they use a lot of real firefighters in that sort of programme. I've been looking back on the time of the London's Burning, which finished, of course, the series quite a few years back now. So yeah, and a lot of people have been in it, been and gone and passed away and what kind of thing, and moved on to different things as actors do. Don't worry, I'm not an actor, so I don't move around everywhere. Well, I do with my camera. Oh, sorry, I knocked my camera as well, so yeah, nearly knocked it flying. But no, seriously, of course, yeah, it's interesting. So there you go. If I get time to read you a second one, I will do that before the end of the stream, so don't you worry about that. So reading a morning devotional on starting the day with God. Wow, that's amazing. So, yeah, of course, the sun is out here. And, of course, I can actually set you the scene here. I can actually set you the scene. Hopefully I won't get told off for actually speaking about God here, because of course there's not many people here, so of course it's probably best to do it in a quiet area that nobody is around, because at the end of the day, of course, if someone catches you even praying about God these days, you can get arrested on the spot. I think that's ridiculous, but there you go. Of course, you're not going to arrest an atheist or anything that doesn't believe in God. But yeah, I find that very, very fascinating. That. So let's set the scene here. Let's flip the camera around here. Obviously, you've got your pound stretcher here, and of course, if I move the camera around a little bit here, you'll see, of course, this is a unique area of Suffolk here, and it's not under the list apparently of tourist attraction history. But maybe it does have some history, but not actually the tourist attraction bit. But of course, yeah, I'd love this place to be turned into a tourist attraction, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So we are, of course, with the webcam live from the car park, which is just in front of the bus station of Haverhill in Suffolk, live from Haverhill. So if you are watching on the replay, massive hello to you. And of course, yeah, I can just vaguely tell you where the bus stops are, just in case people get confused. That's Cambridge, that's Chilkston Way, and down there is somewhere along the lines, I think it's that one, is Bury St Evans, number 15, or number 14, 15X as well, which is what it is these days here in 2026. Things can change in the future. And further down is the Saffron Walden buses, which of course apparently a lot of people campaigned for the Saffron Walden bus to continue, which is fantastic. So there you go. Of course, I was on that bench over there, but nobody's on that. But of course, because a druggie came down to sit down next to me, I thought he was a bit strange. So of course, that was a little bit, of course, weird in terms of that. I'm trying to get my stand to, of course, get in the right position here. It's quite a good stand, this is. So, yeah, you was in Suffolk the other day, was you? Okay. Near the ice. Near Des. Okay. Did you say Dis without the other S on it? So let me know in the comments if you actually mean this as in Norfolk. That's Norfolk, not Suffolk, I think. Something like that.
£10.50 and they're lovely, light, summer.
Yeah, Dis. Yeah, it's usually spelt with a double S here. So, yeah. If you'd like me to actually venture to Dis in a little quiet area, let me know and I'll try and get to this. Actually, I haven't been there to actually stop there. I've been through the train from Stowmarket to Great Yarmouth, but I haven't actually been to this to stop there and look at the ducks and that. Yes, near the border. Wow. Hello, Tom. Are you a newcomer? And of course, welcome yourself to the mods and the TikTok agencies once they come in, if they are able to come in as well. Needed that. That's quite nice. By the way, just up the road here, it's closed now. Closes at 6 o'clock here. So basically, there is a Greg's up just up this hill called Jubilee Hill. So if you've never been to Haverhill for a long time, you would know, of course, it's not as bad as what people make out. So please do not, of course, believe the rumours. There's bad things about places everywhere you go. You know, I would really say that I would never go to Sadik Khan's London, for example. Not on my own anyway. It's rumoured to be unsafe, and of course the nearest I've been to London is Liverpool Street station, and of course I'd love to actually go to, of course, King's Cross to Pancras to meet that piano player. Of course he seems quite a sensible guy, Dr. Boogie Woogie. Has anyone heard of that? It's like a sort of jazzy piano kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not a newcomer, don't worry, I am a loyal follower. Are you? I don't think I've seen you in the chat. So thank you very much, Luke, for the like. I've got no personal issues with you. So yeah, just like keep it like that at the moment, you know. Once we get back on track and, of course, start to get to know each other. Hello to you, Luke, as well. We all need to get to know each other, and, you know, all this playground stuff needs to stop. So, yeah, I'm not going to go into personal details here. So, yeah, just carry on with the show and, of course, enjoy it like no other. It is lovely sunny weather here. Well, you can see the, of course, blue sky here. This is Jubilee Hill. It is quite a strenuous hill up here. I did get a taxi, an Uber taxi, which cost around about £2 on a discount rate, which is not too bad. Berris and Evans do have Ubers as well, which is quite good to get around in. I'm hoping to get to Nottingham Country Park at some point. I don't know when that's going to be, but yeah, apparently I've got unstable connection. I do apologise if the signal is bad. So yeah, I'll try and repeat myself if the signal goes a bit funny. There is webcams here, but we're not allowed to see them. So yeah, these are the webcams I'm talking about here. That's the bells of the church, by the way. So the webcam is actually up here. That's the police camera. But how often is that used? By the way, there's a travel office there. That used to be Prima Travel. And of course you can go in there and purchase your holidays, and next to it is the main council toilets, and if you've got a key holder you can actually use your key to get into one of the toilets if the other toilets on the other side, which of course are connected to the building, are closed at around about of course 6 to 7:30. So yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it? So yeah, if there's anyone that spots me in Haverhill, the sun is shining outside this way. It's absolutely incredible. Sorry about the awkward angle of the stand here. You can see, of course, it's almost like a sunset here. So, yeah, I don't know how the phones actually started saying 100% rain. Well, probably has been raining in some parts of eastern England, but did you get a spot of rain? I don't think it has where I've been here. So, yeah, thank you very much indeed for your likes, and your support is great. Thank you, Anne-Marie Cook. And I do hope everyone gets along with each other and keeps this community as best as we are able to. So this is live from Haverhill, 100%, no background at all whatsoever. Of course, I might use this as a background in the future, but of course, for now, it is real, 100% here. And of course, yeah, you can see a clock here, and it doesn't look like it's the right time. There has always been a clock here, and I don't know anything really much about, of course, that clock there and why it has stopped. Maybe something to do with the council. The bells are ringing in the background. The bells are ringing out on Christmas Day. It's a bit early for that, isn't it? So, yeah, the bells are coming from the Haverhill St Mary's Church. That ring every kind of like hour, is it? I don't know. Maybe it's a bell ringing practice. It's also where JC from Beauty Sam plays as well. So if you want to check out JC, he actually, of course, performs sometimes live, sometimes, of course, on a highlights note. And, of course, he performs at the Old Independent Church of Haverhill. So please do check that out. Of course, there is a lovely event that takes place, a lunch event, which is by donations. So come along to the lunch if you're able to get down to this place and support it. And, of course, you've got the lovely people. It is a free lunch, but, of course, donations is acceptable. So, yeah, that's the voices of the people shutting up of the pound stretcher. I'm not going to show them because they might not want to be on film. So, yeah, if people do want to be on film, they're more than welcome to do so. Obviously, I've got no issues with the lens of my camera on my iPhone on TikTok, so that's all good. It's just that on my main camera, of course, I think part of the lens is broke. I don't know if I can get a replacement of that. Is it not worth it? Is it worth just getting another phone out of it because of the amount of money you pay for it? I don't want to pay £70 for another kind of lens, which is only a little tiny piece. I'm thinking of getting an iPhone kind of 13, a mini 13. Has anyone here got one to tell me if it's any good? So, yeah, Mandy Gold, hello to you. Good evening to everyone here, and welcome live from, of course, a unique town of Suffolk, which is rarely spoken about. Only once or twice when there has been a fire or something of the middle schools of Parkway Middle School, and before that, many years ago, it was Castle Hill Middle School. But the worst one was the Parkway Middle School. Maybe I'll go live there at some point, but it is quite away from the other side of the town. That's the only problem about that. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a disappointment. But, of course, apparently they did get, of course, a lot of people involved in that fire that started the fire. Probably what they did in London's Burning, throw a petrol bomb and just explode it. But we know that London's Burning was a sort of, you know, a fake-ish kind of programme, but a lot of that was kind of real. I don't know any more than this, but I only go for what I've seen and studied. That, of course, they did have real fire experts on site making sure all the health and safety was in place. So even that, you know, and of course the actual fireplace has now turned into an actual real fireplace in London. So yeah, that's fascinating. I'd love to go to that point where they actually did film it. So yeah, I've been watching that on the channel of you recently, so that's pretty cool. SK, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much for the love hearts here. So yeah, of course, let's see how long I've been on here for. 20 minutes, 23 minutes so far, which is good. It tells you when I sort of kicked off. Yeah, I hate that when it goes across the screen and you just got to, you know, knock it away a bit. And the other thing is, normally you have to do a puzzle after the hour has just clicked on. I don't know if the TikTok agencies are aware of that, but it can be a bit of an issue because you've got to fit the puzzle in, haven't you? I don't know how you get around that, but anyway. So hello to everyone here. I normally read the, of course, word for today. I have been reading one. Now it's gone a little bit quiet here. Of course, it is a Tuesday here. Apparently Wednesdays here in Haverhill go a little bit quiet. Because apparently, of course, it has been said that, of course, people seem to go home early because they knew the shops were shut at a certain time. So, yeah, it's going back into the 1960s. But, yeah, I remember this place was in a lockdown mode. It feels like it is in 2021. It really does at this very point at the moment. But, of course, yeah, it's fascinating. There are a few people about, but, yeah, lovely sunshine in the background. You can see that the act of God is with us. So yeah, look back and be encouraged, which is the next bit I'm going to read to you lot out there. And this is the final one of the lot here because I read one earlier. And of course, yeah, look back and be encouraged. This is the UCB. If you don't know what UCB stands for, it means United Christian Broadcasters. Word for today, and it's a magazine that you can actually get yourself. And of course, I happened to get one from Haverhill at the burger store holder, Andy, who's been here, and he's been a brilliant burger store seller for a long time. Do check him out if you're really hungry. His burgers and hot dogs are around about £4 these days, just under £5, so definitely worth checking out just for that. But he gives me these booklets here, which of course look like this, and of course you can get your own copy as well as that. Of course you can get sent to your own home, but you only have to pay for the postage for that. I think Panda got one, and of course I think she gets them sent to her. I'm not quite sure about that, but of course I don't know any more than that. So yeah, nice burgers from the burger store. Yes, absolutely. And anyway, excuse me, we count on them blessed who endure. So James wrote this: my brethren, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord as an example of suffering and patience. Indeed, we count on blessed who endure. You have heard of the you have heard of the perseverance of Job, and seen the intended by the Lord, that the Lord is very compassionate and merciful. We are reminded to look back and be challenged and encouraged by those who went before us as we await the Lord's coming. Look back at Hosea. His wife deserted him, but he faithfully, that means believingly, hung in there, and God restored their marriage. Look back at Daniel. He was thrown into a lion's den for standing firm in his faith, which means belief. God delivered and promoted him. Look back at Jeremiah. He was arrested, accused of being a traitor, and thrown into a well to die. But he looked up, and God delivered him. But then there's a roll call of faithful listed in Hebrews 11. Those of us who have been rejected by family members can look back to Abel. And those who are misunderstood can look back to Noah. Those battling a crisis of faith and who seem to be up against the impossible can look back to Abraham. If you've been used or abused, look back to Joseph. Those confronted by seemingly insurmountable obstacles in life can look back to Joshua. Those seeking to move beyond sinful past can seek back to Rahab. So, this is the word for today. Look back and be encouraged. Thank you very much indeed for watching and listening to both of those. Really hope you enjoyed that. By the way, of course, does anyone have information recently? Of course, I just thought I'd share this with everyone here. About, of course, the bins being changed into different sections here to stop waste going to landfill and getting burnt to death or something like that. So, yeah, have you had a leaflet about that? Maybe in Bury they're starting to do it. Maybe all over the country they're starting to do it here. And behind me is actually a bin. Of course, I don't know if things are going to be changed here. You can see it behind me. It's also a dog waste that is accepted as well. But yeah, at the moment you're just putting a mixture in there. Maybe it's just rubbish in there only, which will probably stay. So yeah, there's also, of course, just behind me, I don't know if you can see it in the view, just over there in that direction there is electrical waste, and I there's just as I mean there's a very waste collection there for your iPhones, your electrical goods. And I think I've lost my main charger for my charger that I have got, and I didn't realise it was part of the plug. Yeah, one of those things really, to be honest with you. 7 p.m, if you don't believe me, check all your watches out there. And it is, of course, Tuesday the 2nd of June 2026. If you don't believe me, check all your calendars. So there you go. Oh, damn, I'm thirsty. And it's a good protein, by the way, of course it's supposed to be. So yeah, these are worth about £2.10. Is it worth it, do you think? Anyway, I'm not here to do an advertising spree here. I'm not allowed to advertise the product. And so, yeah, I can't really say the make of it. Begins with A, but of course I can't say any more than that. Thank you very much for the love heart. I really... so, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I can tell you it's chocolate flavour. Yeah, it's flavour, but whether it's actually chocolate, it's got protein in. £2.10. Just so from where I'm just up the road, it's the it's a very cool pastry, but of course we can encourage people to come over to this direction because they've got the tree from about 10 o'clock till 3 Monday to Friday. They have a free food Friday at the church here, and first 2 Fridays of each month, and of course it starts around about 4 o'clock if you want to get a seat. That's what I've been told anyway. Yeah, been a yeah, certainly has been a long day. Yeah, been a day for me, but of course to get back home soon, but late the service today. But yeah, have we reached the signal? Are we still here? Are we on air? You've texted me on WhatsApp. Are we still live? Is it frozen? Do let me know if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, great. Sorry about the... I do apologise about that. That's the only thing I can apologise about. But yeah, let's see how long I've been going here. We've lost a connection. It feels like I'm still here. So yeah. Are we back on? I don't know what's happening, but of course, yeah. Am I still on? Can you still hear me? Yeah, somebody said yes. Or have I lost the signal? So yeah, can you still hear me? Give us a shout, Anne-Marie. Can you tell me if you can hear me? Unstable connection. Yeah, it's our signal on our end, which isn't great. It's out of our control. Yeah, you can still hear me. Is that what you're trying to say? So yeah, I do apologise about that. So yeah, it's just one of those things that, of course, we can only apologise about the signal here. We are on 4G here. So yeah, that is just unfortunate. So that's good that you can hear me. Apparently, of course, I've lost signal and then regained it. So yeah, it's because the sun is out now. How cool is that? So, and everyone's tuning in wherever possible. Because what I want to do is, of course, I don't want to keep stopping the live and then coming back. You know, I came off and then I came back on, and the signal should be okay now. Anyone else having problems with the signal? Am I being heard loud and clear now? Just give me a signal loud and clear. Because I want to know if the sound is okay, you know. And that you can hear everywhere. Good. That seems like it's all 100% at the moment. That is good. That is good. So yeah, not that I'm worried. Of course, I can hear you. It's Amanda. Okay. Oh, it's Amanda on Anne-Marie Cook, is it? So, yeah. Yeah, there was a druggie earlier, and not that I'm interested, but of course, just be aware that he might be hovering around Haverhill somewhere. Somebody said that we need a revisit or reviewing all the chippies in Haverhill. Yeah, well, the problem is with that, as I'm local to the area, you know, I do know a lot of people, and some people will be a bit upset with that. That's the problem with that. It's a good idea, but I'm not really a person that will do it out of 10. I would say usually I don't have a favourite. They're all as good as each other. You know, I don't want to say, because, you know, there might be some people watching on a replay might be upset with what I say. I would say, of course, 100% out of 1,000, whatever it is, 1,000% out of 100, I don't know. I don't know what way around it is. But, of course, they're all as good as each other, basically. It's just that some of them are open on certain days and some are not open. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's Chalks and Chips, there's even Clements Chips, there's Benny's, there's Smart Fish and Chips, there's plenty of them there. There's even restaurants that have got fish and chips as well. And that includes the Flying Shuttle as well. I will check the messages later. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, because I'm online, I don't usually watch the text as I go. Yeah, I will be watching it. I'm keeping track of that. Is it something to do with the signal that came off air, or is it something else? So yeah. Thank you very much for reminding me about the message. Well, the last bus from Bury has just arrived. That normally comes at about 7 o'clock, which is around about this sort of time. Is the burger still on the market? Don't litter, please. Yeah. Very good. Burger stall, yeah, there's King Grill there. That's the only one that used to be Stav's many years ago. He retired, but King Grill take over that spot now. And Andy, the one that does, of course, during the week, he's been there for donkey's years, basically. So, yeah. Don't you worry, I will not put it in the litter. I'll take it home with me because I might use it as a reusable. So there we go. And did you know, of course, these cheese and onion packets of crisps, you know, the famous make, do actually give you extra bags, which is good. I'm not going to say which brand that is because it's advertising, obviously. Because I'll probably get demonetised for that. But yeah, it's been a fun-packed day today, and of course I'm glad we're still back on the air here. Apparently it's 39 minutes gone on the clock, and it's good that of course we gained the signal, or regained the signal back again, so that's fantastic news. Oh, I'm glad to hear of that. But what I will do is at the end of the stream here, I'll do an exclusive video, and I'll probably have to edit it and all that kind of thing. Probably do about 10 minutes video, talking to you guys from where I am here in a better kind of signal way with my normal microphones. So yeah, of course I'll do that after I've finished here, and of course hopefully I'll be able to piece it all together and make a little bit of a small video. So yeah, somebody says this is my local town. Is it? Would you say it's a tourist attraction? We don't have a railway station, if you're wondering about that. We had that many years ago in the Dr. Beeching times, but they sort of dismantled it, didn't they? And it used to go from Haverhill to, of course, Clare, and then on to Sudbury, and then vice versa through Linton and all that kind of thing. But they're thinking about bringing it back, but it's never going to happen, is it? Not in my time anyway. So yeah, shock bait. Good evening, hope you are well. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for joining us here. We really do appreciate that. Appreciate your time. Sorry about if the wind's getting up here. I don't know if it feels like it's going to chuck it down in a minute. It seems like it's going to chuck it down in that direction over there. Over there is someone's going to get soaked, but over here, perfectly fine here. A little bit chilly. It's not bad. It's not over hot, and of course, yeah. Apparently, in Great Yarmouth, it's been raining between the time of 11 and 12, and of course, that's the only bit of rain apparently they've had. I haven't heard any other detail yet, because JC is up in Norfolk at the moment. I'm normally over there. I usually come over there once a month or twice a month, I don't know, something like that. But I usually come over, of course, to Great Yarmouth about, every 2 months maybe, or just once a month. Thank you very much from Bob for the...
Thank you for the 10 TikToks.
Yeah. Did you send that? You want to say hello?
Is it TikTok live?
Yeah, live, live. Say hello to my fans here. They all want to get in there. Yeah, you're local to the town. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, pretty sick. Send some more.
Is it?
Who's that?
I don't know. It's just a couple of my friends on there. Probably your lot. Yeah. What's your name? Bailey, yeah. Shout out to Bailey, and what's your name? Liam, and Liam as well. Haverhill crew. Have a nice evening, lads. Have a good one. Enjoy rides. Yeah, so there you go. Didn't expect to be heckled there, but of course, yeah. Yeah, and also hello there, so that's good. Did you hear what they said about him? Oh dear. What is going on? Never ends. That's why I don't broadcast live very often in this area. That's why it's probably best during the week. So yeah, even you're going to get heckled sometime. I knew, of course, someone would come along. But of course, you just don't know who's around here. You can actually go to Cambridge, and of course, you're not going to be worried about that. That's quite weird, because I was sitting at the Cambridge station the other day. That's where I was doing a broadcast live, and the signal wasn't too bad there. It's just outside the train station, and you're not going to be worried about who's looking at you. It's weird, although, of course, in some respects, Cambridge is badly run by the people that run it. I'm not worried about that. I'm more interested on the local level. The atmosphere is okay in most parts of Cambridge, like anywhere. But of course, if you go into the actual town, it's a little bit more rough. I'm talking about Cambridge Town. It's not as good as it used to be, sort of thing. I'm not attacking Cambridge, but of course, it's been almost like London over there sometimes. There's a lot of beggars around there. Thankfully, in that posh little area, it's not so bad. In the posh area of Cambridge, which is where I tend to stick to a little bit more often. I might take you to a secret little area as well of Cambridge that, of course, is quite posh, and of course, nobody's gonna, care two hoots of what you do, which is what I like about certain places of Cambridge. There's also, of course, Milton Country Park that I might venture to as well. That's a lovely park. Of course, you can donate to the park there online. Some places do it online, some places do it, like East Ham Park through a little coin donation there. I've put a few pennies in the East Ham Park one as well, which I call Feast Town Park. Yeah, how crazy is that? Milton's lovely. It is a lovely place. I haven't been to Milton Country Park, but I keep looking at it. Asking myself to go there. Now, of course, I don't know if the GOD up there is trying to find me a time to go there. So, of course, it is on standby mode on that one, and do stand by for me going live there as well. And wherever I go, hopefully come up and say hello to the face behind the voice. Somebody has done that today, so yeah. I don't know if they were just mucking about, by the way, because they've probably seen me around town, and of course, they just wanted to come and have a little bit of a wave and be famous for 5 minutes. Who doesn't want to be? It's more noticeable, of course, with the stand here, because I've got it on the stand. My God, it's going through my throat here. So I don't know why my words keep getting jumbled up. But yeah, they probably spotted the stand here. So yeah, it's not so easy to spot with a mobile phone than it is a massive camera. Because actually I was filming the other day a little small video for one of my channels. And it was just the Anglo Wharton guy, and he said, "Oh, no filming." I thought, why not? I'm not there to actually, trash what you're doing. I'm trying to get a community sense of an update. So I don't know why, of course, they refused to be on camera. So, I find it very strange when people do that. So, I understand why not everybody wants to be on film, but, of course, with Anglo Water, I find that very odd. But anyway, of course, a lot of things that I find odd in this world at the moment. Let's see how long we've been going for here. We're nearly at the end of the programme here. So I've got to shut off very, very quickly in about 10 minutes' time. But, thank you very much, everyone that's taking their time to watch in here. 4.4k views. That's amazing. And over the weekend recently, because we were watching the Paris Saint-Germain versus Arsenal game, we hit a staggering 300 people. That was just amazing, because we did a commentary. And, of course, let us know in the comments if you want us to do a commentary on the Premiership when that restarts. And, of course, I don't think it's probably necessary to do World Cup, because everybody's going to be watching it on TV. That's the reason why I might not be doing it. I only like to do, of course, sort of screens that are not shown to the public eye very often. And, of course, I might even do Cambridge United at some point as well. Premiership, something that, of course, is very rare that is not shown on terrestrial TV. Like Saturday football, for example. So, of course, that's the reason why I probably won't do World Cup. But not that I wouldn't get excited about it. Of course, a few people I've spoken to in our town, especially ones that work in the supermarket, I'm not saying which one it is, But one who is a Man United fan actually said, oh, come on England. But I think they do get fiddled on a lot of times. I think it's government fiddled. I think, of course, something wrong is... Just something is wrong when it comes to England. That the team are not performing deliberately, and of course they're not performing for the country. Something is against them, and of course sometimes it's possibly officials. But yeah, if you complain about official these days, you can get fined for it. You can get booked just for, of course, having an opinion. Something that we'll probably talk on our brand new programme when JC returns, because we're hoping to do a football programme, a bit like a soccer talk kind of thing, where we discuss for half an hour to start with and see how it goes, really, and to get his opinion on what he thinks should work well for, of course, the football, as he was speaking the other day. If you want to see a pilot version, when we recorded it at East Town Park, there is a pilot version of course, the kind of programme that we're hoping to do. And, of course, we pre-recorded that. So, for now, we probably will pre-record it in case there's any mistakes and all that kind of thing. But, of course... all it is all opinions at the end of the day, and of course we need to try and get those opinions back. Yeah, got some East Town Park dog walk, is it? So yeah, anyway, of course, thank you very much for liking live. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, you can probably see the dog in a minute. There you go. Wonder what kind of dog it is that, or was it too quick to see? So yeah, you might see it in a minute. I'm just seeing it on my mirror there. Is it close enough to see? But yeah, of course, you've got to be very, very knowing what you're doing in terms of a dog look after. You've got to be able to know what you're doing when you're looking after a dog. Same as looking after a child. I wouldn't have the experience of looking after a child myself, but of course, I won't go into personal details for that, but of course, I don't mind admitting that. It is very, very difficult, and I don't think a lot of people realise how hard it really, really is. But anyway, we won't go into details with that, because, that is a personal matter. But, like I say, a huge thank you to everyone that has watched in here. Glad it's only an hour, my show, because I could go on all night and I'd end up being tongue-tied, and I wouldn't get any sort of well-earned rest. But, of course, thank you very much indeed for all the moderators in the chat here. Shame I haven't heard from Panda all day. Don't know what's happened to her today. Hopefully, of course, she will return when things get a little bit more calmer. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Just looking at, of course, some buses coming through here. There is a couple of charity shops just next to me here. I don't know if you can see them here. And just up here is another hairdressing saloon here. I don't know why we need so many hairdressing saloons around here. The odd one or two, maybe, but not too many of them. I think, of course, we need to cut down on that. And I'll have to have a word with Joe Mason, the councillor, Haverhill councillor, for this one. And do you know what? A councillor in Haverhill, I don't know if it's a reform one, that has been elected, actually liked one of my pictures on my Haverhill Uncensored group on Facebook. So, yeah, I thought I'd just mention that. We've got a Haverhill Uncensored. And also, of course, we've got East Anglia Uncensored, if you want to have a look at that as well. And, of course, Cambridge Uncensored as well. I know it's not related to this sort of show, but, of course, it is in a way, but, of course, it's just a different platform. So, yeah, hope you're okay, Jonathan. Thank you very much for your love, heart, Really do appreciate that. And when I'm able to top up, I will be able to send some love hearts. But I'm looking into getting some more equipment so I can do more filming. So, of course, with your help, I could actually go ahead and do that. But, of course, I don't know if anyone knows this. Maybe TikTok agencies may already know this. I don't know. People can actually donate to a video. I don't think many people are aware of it, but, of course, there is a way to do it. So, yeah, if you like a video on this channel, I really do appreciate your support. And I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, how long have I got left now? There's time against me. 5 minutes left. Okay. Yeah, I've done my 2 words for today's, and I'm so privileged I was able to do it live as well. Thank you very much for all the gifts, by the way. And thank you very much to all the mods that have come in, the TikTok agencies. Everybody has been so fantastic. Sorry about the wind here. You can hear the wind getting up here. Don't know whether there's a thunderstorm coming on its way. But, of course, yes, my puzzle has come up now. I really find it annoying when it comes up here. It means you almost past the hour here. I find it really fascinating. I don't know how to get around that, but yeah, if anybody has any questions about where they'd like us to end up going, feel free to do so by, of course, letting us know in the comments here. Merchandise will be available soon, and do check out my new song, by the way. I just wanted to quickly squeeze the mention of that. Courtesy of EJ Music Software, I created a track. I've got loads of tracks that I've actually created. Thank you very much indeed. Matty Pears. Oh, wow. Thank you very much indeed. Matty Pears, I haven't seen you in the chat for a long time. But yeah, he's come back and supported us here. Thank you very much indeed. I really do appreciate that. So, yeah, my song, of course, which I created myself. I've had a lot of copyright issues with it, with other music that has been very similar to it, but of course I think I've cleared that all up now. I actually produced it before anybody else did, so it is a produced track. I do have tracks that I have written myself using Music 2000. I've used various other softwares like Music Generator 2, Music 2000 and EJ Music, and I've used keyboard as well. But yeah, I'll explain that on my Club Mix show, and I'm hoping to put a mix on there so you can actually hear it, and it of course gets around everybody else's copyright stuff. So of course I will do a special mix with Teddy J, all the variation of the tracks that I've done in 2009. I've done them over the years, but they still sound good. That's the main thing. Especially Music 2000s was always a great creation software. And, you know, I can only thank the software at the time. It was a PlayStation 1 game, but, of course, I would say this now. It's a great creator of different softwares, different sort of samples and softwares and all that kind of thing. And I find that really fascinating. And, of course, yeah, there's loads of tracks, of course, that I would love to share with you. And there's one already, as I say, on the EJ software, and that's called Feeling of Love. And, of course, yeah, that is one that I used for the TuneCore, which, of course, you can use to actually send all your music to Spotify and iTunes and all that kind of thing. So you have to have an account with TuneCore to be able to do that. A lot of people don't tell you that. You won't get this in the mainstream media. No one tells you about that in the music industry. You have to sort of work it out yourself. So you'll only get that on here unless you already know about it right now. But what I will say is go and, of course, sign up to TuneCore. But, of course, I think the price of it has gone up now. But, you know, I'm a member of the PRS. You know, I bought it many years ago when I was able to, when it was cheap. It's now £100 per member now. But it is worth it if you think you're going to get played on the radio. I've only been played once, basically. But with now hearing the tunes, you might be able to forward it to a radio station. I doubt that Heart will play it, or even the BBC or the British Bashing Corporation will play it. I call it the British Bashing Corporation. But no, seriously, yeah, I found it hard to get onto the BBC anyway. Not that they play my kind of stuff there, but what I will say is that that's just unfortunate, and it's a bit of a luck game if you get played on the radio. But of course, you lot are my radio. You can promote it for me. Yeah, and get my friend to actually, I would say now, is get my friend Andy B to play it on his disco alongside a well-known tune. All he needs to do is put, of course, a cappella over the top, and then, of course, people will dance the night away. That's the Mavericks, isn't it? But yeah, you're listening to the Mavericks dance the night away. But yeah. So yeah, I thought I'd do a voiceover. Yeah, this is touring Wixie. So yeah, look out and listen out for the voiceovers that I'll do exclusively for the channel. So yeah, of course, hopefully that returns on this weekend. I'll probably do it on a weekend because it's easier to do it on a weekend, and I'll be doing that on my own, my own laptop studio. So yeah, I look forward to everyone tuning in at that point. It'll be around about Saturday evening time. It usually is, whilst there's no football, but the tennis is going to be coming back soon, and you've got the World Cup this year of 2026. But will it be England's turn? I don't know. I doubt it, but somebody said Holland. Holland. Somebody said France. Yeah, that was JC, actually. If you watched our pilot, he actually said France, and I can never stop laughing about that. So there you go. Of course, time is the enemy. 7.4k love hearts. It really has been terrific. Thank you very much, Matt Pez, for being the popular star of the show, as well as the others that have supported the channel throughout the whole hour today. I'm going to come off now because it's coming to the end of the program. In fact, it's on overtime. But yeah, if you want to do one more last, of course, send of coins, really do appreciate your time on that one. And thank you very much indeed for that. I really do appreciate your time. And that would help a lot. So yeah, really, really means a lot. Thank you so much indeed. There will be a video after this that I'll do for 10 minutes, and then I'll have to wait another hour for a bus, I reckon, because I might not get there in time. He's gone for the gold here. Wow, that's amazing. Oh yeah, he's going for it, going for gold there. 75 roses there. Thank you very much indeed for that. So thank you very much indeed. Of course, if you want to send me more later on a video, feel free to do so. Loads of videos there, and that will help towards my song playing and spread the word, whatever. I love doing my songs for pleasure as well, and I love showing them, and I love putting them as background as well. So let me take this opportunity to, as usual, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks to all the mods and the TikTok agencies and those who have tuned in today. It has been my pleasure to bring a close to the show here. And as always, we promise to keep that positivity for you. Take care, and we'll be back before you can say the words. Are you back already? Peace out, God bless, and stay safe. Catch you all later. Bye for now. Cheerio. We'll leave you with the fantastic view of the Haverhill bus station. Not that it's that interesting, but you can see the lovely trees though. At least that's a bonus. I don't think I'm going to get that bus in time. let's make Haverhill into a tourist attraction town, which it is currently not at the moment, but a lot of people have said it's friendly around here. Just got to get rid of the druggies, haven't we? It's like that anyway. Catch you all later, and we'll be back soon. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, wherever you may be. I'm out of here for now.